So it's the end of August and I did a bunch of videos. I planned on doing 15. This is actually the 16th. I didn't plan on one in particular that I'll mention later on. So I should have actually had at least, I think, one more, but that's okay. This was my own little experiment. Here's the thing. 3 times over all the years I've been on YouTube, I have done a video every single day in a particular month. One time the month was April. One time the month was January. Those were both on this channel. And then I did it on my other channel where I think I also did 31 in a row. And one of the weird things is that one of the tips that I happened to mention when I did the first 3 videos of this, actually I guess I'll say 2 through 4, when I did those, one of the things I said that is recommended is doing more videos, a lot more videos. So I wanted to see what would happen this time. The first time I did it, I ended up getting, a pretty good number of new subscribers. The second time, it was okay. This time, I got less than 5. So, what are you going to do? And I just wanted to do a quick breakdown of that, and then I just want to add a few other things, and then I'm going to be out of here for a while. But let's just talk about this. So the thing is that except for 2 of these, I actually planned these videos in advance. The very first one I did this month was not planned, and I did a food review of 3 different types of things that I think most people had never heard of, except for maybe one of them. And that one didn't do so well. It only got 8 views. Another one that I did was the vlog, where I told a story about going to the casino and not being able to play major tournament, $100,000, but I wasn't getting into that because it was going to cost a whole bunch of money. And had I been lucky enough to make the final 9, and that wasn't going to happen, I'd have had to go back 2 days later to play more, and no, just ain't going to happen. So those 2 I didn't plan, but all the other videos I actually planned. And so, real quick, I did the 3 YouTube videos. So I did those. I did one where I talked about being canceled. Are there people who deserve to be canceled? I talked about, are you trolling people or are you dealing with trolls? I talked about self-employment. Have you ever thought about being self-employed or trying to do a side hustle? I did 2 videos about women. One saying that women should have the right to make their own choices, and 2, saying to y'all, mainly men, okay, all men, that you need to treat women better. Women are treated as second-class citizens. Minority are treated as 4th class. Don't even ask me what 3rd class is, because I don't want to go there. But that's just how that is. I did one talking about diabetes. Those usually do really well, but diabetes happens to be the second video. I had 2 videos. The food review only got 8 views, and the one on diabetes only got 8 views, and that's different. But maybe because I added kind of a political thing to it, it did worse. And then I talked about, anti-vaccine people who didn't want to get the thing, and how come we still have all these troubles with people because not enough people got it. But, there you go. I did a thing asking, you like being lied to? And yes, that was political. And then I did one on ethics, which I tied in with a blog post I wrote. And I'm just counting this up real quick. I did 9 videos that were opinion. Because on the last video that I did talking about YouTube tips, I said, I'm going to take a shot and do opinion videos. And I was going to use the word opinion as a keyword in all of those, and then the topics I was talking about. And, the thing is that I did most of those ahead of time. So the only one I didn't do ahead of time was the food review, because like I said, I didn't plan that, and the vlog. I didn't do that one ahead of time. This one here, I'm doing just a couple of days ahead of time because I got other stuff that's going to be on my mind. After this video here, I'm probably not going to do another video for at least a week, maybe a week and a half. And I'm not doing that because I'm going to be coming upon the anniversary of my mother's passing, which will be September 3rd. And I didn't handle Mother's Day all that well. I didn't handle Father's Day all that well because that was the 20th year that my dad had passed away. And so I just don't think I want to do anything. I'm not going to actually be on social media either for a few days. I'm just going to take my own time to reflect on things and, you know, put some thought into stuff, because sometimes you just need you time. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. Now, if I was almost anybody else, the question might be, okay, am I going to continue this YouTube channel? Because, you know, I'm now up to 643 subscribers. After 11 years, haven't hit my 1,000. I tried a whole bunch of different topics. I tried some topics that were pretty much along the same line. You know, what are you going to do? And of course, the answer is yes, I'm going to keep doing videos, because as I said in that third YouTube video, and by the way, if you think about it, go back and look at all of them, because I gave some pretty good tips there. And I actually gave some tips, I think, a month and a half earlier. But one of those things I said is, you know what? Although I really would love to have a lot more subscribers and I'd like to be helpful to a lot more people, I do the videos for me. You know, I put out my stuff there. I have these blogs that I do, and, you know, I write them on different topics. But in essence, I write about whatever I feel like writing about. I write for my accountant. Now, everything has to be somewhat finance related, but there's no other rules on that. So I write hers. You know, these are all my properties. So I can pretty much do what I want to do. And I do that. And every once in a while, someone comes in and says thank you because I helped them in some way. Or sometimes folks just see something, say, oh, I didn't know about that. Or sometimes they do and they want to offer an opinion. You know, I'm good with all that. There is no problem with talking that. I have wondered, truthfully, if because I have the YouTube censorship thing on the highest level, if maybe some people tried to get through that and YouTube gave them the smackdown. I don't know. There was one person who didn't really leave a comment, left a few letters and then some numbers. I don't know what that's all about. If anyone knows what that's all about, y'all let me know. But, you know, that was it. No one said anything mean. There are a couple of questions that I kind of didn't necessarily know what they meant, but I answered them anyway, because sometimes you just got to answer questions. And that's that. So, you know, I'm going to take, like I said, I'm going to probably take some time off. This is the 16th video of this series. And if you watched any of them, if you watched most of them, if you watched at least 3, let me know your thoughts, because most probably, I think maybe 1 or 2 people might have watched just the 3 YouTube and then didn't come back. But, you know, we do what we do, right? And I think that's really the thing. There was this young guy whose name I can't remember right now. I gotta really work on names. And, you know, I think he subscribed. I ended up subscribing to his. But I wrote on comment on one of his videos, because he said, you know, I don't know if I have a lot of folks. And he had actually gone back and deleted some videos. I said, dude, just leave your videos out there. You never know if there's going to be someone who's going to look at one of those videos and want to comment on it. They may learn something from it, or they may offer advice. You know, be you. Do your thing. That's how every other YouTuber who is a big name now started. You know, this guy PewDiePie, who's got something like 15 or 20 million people following him. He was just a guy who one day decided he was going to film himself playing a video game. You got Philip DeFranco, who's got something like 7 or 8 million people, who just used to talk about a few things that would happen during the day. They were a bit more salacious back then. But, you know, he's still around and he's become a big thing. You know, everybody starts like that. Almost nobody, I have to say almost nobody, puts out their first video and ends up with tons of subscribers. It does happen from time to time. And sometimes those folks are a one-off. My goodness, I can't remember this young lady's name, but I guess she was on some kid show at one point. And then she got older, had this bright red hair. I mean, she was stunning. And she did this Christmas video, something like 4 years ago, that blew up. something like 400,000 views. And then every other video she did, I think she may have got lucky if she got over 1,000. And she'd been on TV. She knew media. She's out there still doing her thing, but, you know, she shut down the YouTube channel. At least no one can accuse me of being a quitter. There you go. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I wish you all the best, and I will see you when I'm ready to come back. Y'all take care.